Hey everyone, Lensmanos here, and this is FTB Beyond episode 15. How's everyone doing today? I thought I would start getting into immersive engineering because Main Freak suggested the mixer as something to go for to get concrete. So I've never used it, but I figured I'd better, start on the path towards getting the items that I require. So I have made a coke oven here. Now, the coke oven is made with these bricks here. So it's just clay, bricks, and sandstone, and you need 27 of them to make the structure, and it's just a 3x3. The only reason I've got this going and underway is because I wanted to get some coal coke up and running, and so that I can use that for the next part. And I've got an idea on what to do with this. I was considering doing another XNet setup, which would automatically pull, coal from one and iron from another, and pull the steel out and put it back. And I went, no, that's I've used XNet a lot lately. And I'll show you. I've tidied up the base downstairs a little bit, and I thought, I don't know, guys, give me some feedback. I was just mucking around a little bit with chisels and bits just to do this edge, and I thought this looks pretty cool. So this is what it looks like here. It's just a quarter block, using the what setup? What is it? Small cube. So I just went small cube. I think it was, no, hang on, it might have been medium. Oh, I don't remember. That's not right. Small. I'm not sure. I had it on. It could be this one. Quarter size, that one there. So it's called quarter size cube, and I just took a cube out of the bricks that were there, and then took the factory block pieces and filled the gap back in. I think it looks quite nice. As I said, I'm not a big aesthetic builder. I'm not amazing at making things look pretty, but I'm doing my best to make things look nice. Obviously this is where I'm going to put my blast furnace, and we're going to make that now. I also put this around this door here, and with the intention of, my idea here was to make it look like it had been plated up, and then, or it was meant to be like a big, I don't know, roller door or a big factory door. I don't think this is working yet, mainly just because I'm not sure if this is the right block to use for it. And I may actually, I'd love it if the door was the other way around. Now it sounds terrible because who puts doors on the inside, but just because of this edge, because it sits right on the edge, it'd be great if the door sat in the middle. I know that's not really possible, but it'd just make things look a bit better. I did take a few layers off this with the chisel in plane mode, just to give it a bit of depth. Right, blast furnace. Spelling for beginners, B-L-A-S-T. So these blast bricks is what we require. I jumped over to the nether, grabbed a few blaze rods, found a fortress finally. It took me a while. Grabbed a few blaze rods. I have run them through the sag mill, so I've got enough. Cooked up some normal bricks, cooked up some nether bricks. So I need 20. Maybe I didn't cook up enough normal bricks. Yeesh. Could have sworn I had. Alright, well, while these cook up, I'll just quickly run down. I did continue filling in the walls, and I have hooked up the system over here in the back here. So got cables running through. Just do this, and it runs all the way down behind here to here, where I've got a mini chest, which is just a chest in a crafting grid. This is set to export crystallized canola seed. This is set to just hold on to it, and then we've got an XNet connector in the back. Up in here, what I've done is we've got this set up here, and it's just taking out of the mini chest, extracting from the mini chest, and inserting into the automatic precision dropper but it'll only extract when it gets the pink signal, and the pink signal comes from the dropper when it has less than 16 of the seeds in it. So just to make it so that it doesn't run constantly, because that has a big inventory and that has 9 spots that it can put seeds into. I can probably show that by popping that glass out. So it has 9 spots that you can put seeds into, and I didn't want it to be absolutely chock-a-block full of seeds. So I decided, let's put a limit on it. It's only going to put one in out of this chest when there's less than 16. So yep, I've got 64 in there, but I don't think I'm overdoing it, because in here we have the recipe for the seeds. So it's just one at a time filling them up. The other thing I did was I moved the wireless RF battery to here, so that basically anything that's using this is actually using the power from here. I don't think it's quite a great move, mainly due to it's probably a little bit wasteful. Actually, it's very wasteful. I'm going to pop that off there. I might just put that over here for now. Let it use farm power maybe. Maybe that might be the better option. Let's pop him there for now. Because that really was chewing through that oil for no real reason. And look, again, I don't have a reason to use this yet. But yeah, I think that was wasteful. Scratch that. I will use that power for something else. I did start trying to cover up some of this, and I had Manx in here sitting watching, and I was showing him how chisels and bits works, and he sort of blew him away a little bit. So I mean, this one here is not really needed, but I was just explaining how to put them down. But I'm going to need to get normal conduit facades for these, and a painting machine from Ender.io before I can cover those cables up. Right, nighttime again. Always seems to be nighttime. So we'll make these blast bricks. Wrong button. And taken off the keyboard. Wrong button. Brick. Brick. 8, 10, 12. Alright. Awesome. So I did, as I said, I did originally plan to do XNet over here. So I had already placed this, but I don't think I need it. And the reason I placed it up so high is because it was actually interacting with the conduit on the top of our lava generator. So I figured, no, better move that. So up there where it wasn't interacting with that, so that was quite handy. So if I do need power for my storage idea, I will have to put that back. So just like this, hopefully I've still got my hammer on me. I'm not as happy with the color difference there, but I was just wanting to keep it in, you know, in theme. It's alright. So let's take our coal. Got some fuel there now. I'm a little hesitant to do this in blocks, only because of what happened in one of my other packs, where I think that was Future's Edge, where the steel was coming out as a different type of steel, but this one doesn't seem to have the libvolts mod, so let's just grab a stack of iron blocks. So I want to get some steel. It's going to take a while though. You can see the tooltip at the top there is ticking along. So while we do that, let's make a storage tank to hold our creosote. Now, I was mucking around and I typed the word tank in. We've got all sorts of agricraft tanks. And we got Chisel and Bit fluid tank, and that was something that when I was doing the Chisels and Bits, showed Manx this with lava in it, and that blew away little dots of lava and stuff. I was looking through all the tanks we have, and then I found this one here, this quantum tank, and I thought that's not too bad. I mean, a block of diamond. Apparently, it's effectively unlimited storage. I sort of looked up the mod page just to double check. So I wanted to give it a go. A couple of eyes of ender. I don't know if I've got them. I made the block of diamond, but I think I'll make a couple of eyes of ender. Let's see what this can do. My idea was to put it in that hole. This is originally where the XNet was going to go. Just break that for the moment and put it back. Shovel away. Right, let's put this here. So it can hold 50, wow, a lot. We'll just go with a lot, it holds a lot. So I've got a couple of pressurized fluid conduits. Just want to make sure I can change this to insert. Put this to extract, always active. Ooh, bit of lag there when that started off. Cool. Put them back. It's drained out. 10 buckets of creosote in here. Very nice. There we go. So that will hold, as it shows there, 10, 8, 6, what, 536 million millibuckets. That's a lot. That's 53,687 buckets of creosote. I think we're good. Don't believe we should have any issues there. It should hold what we need for the moment. No, I mean, anything's possible. You know, we may come to a point where we've been running and playing for a while. Kind of want to get rid of these now. These were just here to cover up while I was putting stuff in, but kind of don't want it to look like that. I do need to fix up some terrain. And I need some more leather. I went looking for leather and there's no cows around, so I ended up having to make some horses go to the Great Glue Factory. And they dropped a little bit of leather, but hardly any. So I'm kind of waiting on the steel now, but let's just get rid of some of the junk in inventory. Would be a good start. It's 38% done. Let's have a bit of a look at immersive engineering. You can go away, you, and you. I think I threw the book in here. Yep. Here's the chisel bit fluid tank too, so you can see I put some lava in it, and then you can right click and pull the bits out. They're currently in this bag, but then you can place anything you want in terms of lava. For example, you could come in and like have something on the wall that looks like lava's leaking out of it, and then you could, you know, have a puddle on the ground and it still looks like flowing lava, but it won't burn you, which is pretty cool. I definitely like the Chisels and Bits mod. But in terms of aesthetics, it's fantastic. Not something that I normally muck around with, and I'm only doing this because I wanted to pick up each individual bit, put it back in the bag. But fantastic mod. I really do appreciate the effort that's gone into this, and some of the effort that people have put in terms of their builds is unbelievable. I'm fairly new to using it, and I'm getting there slowly, but you know, starting to do things like this to try and give decorative accents. But yeah, I'm nowhere near the level of some other people that I've watched on YouTube, and yeah, I'm not worthy, so to speak. Made some amazing stuff. So book. book, what I was looking to do was make the mixer. So as it says here, mixer is a multi-block structure that dissolves solids, dissolves solids in fluids, mixing them together. Structure is built as shown above and formed by using the hammer. Yep. So to make this, we require 5 steel scaffolding, 3 fluid pipes, a redstone engineering block, 4 light engineering blocks, 4 iron sheet metal, and a steel fence. So that's the reason I've got the steel going. We can probably make these other things now. So let's do fluid pipes. Let's go at Immersive. Do I have any fluid pipes in here? Did I make some for something? No. Let's see. Fluid pipes somewhere. I'm probably staring right at them. It's YouTuber's vision. So we need some iron plates. Don't think I've got any. So iron plates are just made apparently in a block cutting machine or a metal former if you're using Tech Reborn and IC2, etc. Which we may dabble in later. I'm not hugely skilled in that. We've got iron ingot and a hammer. Whatever this compactor thing is from thermal expansion. That might be an interesting way of automating it. Now let's make one of these. I think I can make it straight away, but let's make a compactor. I know I'm getting a little bit sidetracked, but it's either make this or eventually make the immersive engineering one, and I've made the immersive engineering one before. I've never made one of these. Let's give it a look-see. Machine frame, we need a tin gear. No, still need a piston. Really? Got no wood. Excellent. Alright, compactor. So let's grab a little bit of iron. I'm not sure how fast this will be. We may be able to speed it up a bit. For the moment. Let's plonk him there. Press or storage. Okay. Okay. He's running. Uses 20 RF a tick. Gives us plates. Okay, cool. Fair enough. So I don't know what storage mode does, but that's not a bad idea. You know, we could go and get one of those, one of the upgrades. Let's grab, oh, and go over here. Keep forgetting I've put this grid down here. Upgrade. So let's just grab one of these. I was going to say it shouldn't take too long. And we'll upgrade our machine a bit. Cool. So he's now using 30. He's a little bit faster. So we can probably find a an augment. What augments can we use? Augment. What do we got? Some sort of processing speed. So we can do a reception call. Should be able to do that. Don't think I set it up as an automatic. That's cool. Shouldn't take too long to do. Alright. So he's currently working reasonably speedily. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. That'll keep us going for a little bit. So what were we up to? We were making at Immersive. So we need some fluid pipes. So let's just grab 8 of them. We're going to need one of these. Cool. We needed 4 light engineering blocks, I think it was. Light engineering blocks. So we're going to need 4 of them. 4 of them. Okay, what else do we need? I love this little quality of life add-on to the immersive engineering book where it puts the tick next to the items that you have in your inventory. I think that's fantastic and well done. Well done, that's great. Iron sheet metal. Some of this. Cool. So yeah, now that'll be ticked, right? So all we need now is some steel scaffolding and a steel fence. So steel scaffolding requires steel fences. No, it requires steel rods. Which is a couple of steel, gives us 4. There we go. Hopefully, knowing my luck, we've got 1 block. Awesome. So we're burning through our coal coke. I could potentially run a conduit behind the wall here, pulling coal coke blocks out and putting them into here. So I may do that at another point. I mean, we could be making concrete with this using the immersive engineering concrete, but I don't know if it's Hey, I want to find you. You're fantastic. If I give you 4 slag, you'll give me an emerald. Really? Wow, villager. Where are you when I need you? Alright, so steel. Let's convert the steel to steel. So what did I need? Steel fence and 5 steel scaffolding. We may not have enough steel yet. Oh, we might actually. No, we'll be alright. Probably not, actually. Steel fence. Winner, winner. Look at that. Alright, so where am I going to put this? I do believe that I don't really want it inside. I think going on the whole, this is the factory though. We may be able to plonk it inside the factory somewhere. I don't want to cover this up though. You know, maybe we'll put it here in front of this window. So I do eventually want to change the torches and stuff off the floor here and make them into something better. So let's have a bit of a look here. Let's move some of these items down to the bottom. Right, so the book says we want light, 3 pipes, and then, yep, okay. Like that, like that. Next level is redstone on this corner. 2 more of them, okay. And then where was the fence? Okay, so the 4 of them, okay, cool. And I'll try not to derp this up. I know I did make a bit of a mistake in the Future's Edge episodes where I was trying to click on the wrong part, and like me clicking there is where I should be clicking, so alright, that's interesting. I probably could have brought it off the wall one because we've got, in fact I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bring it out at least 1 block so I can access the back, but that's what the mixer looks like. It's a pretty cool little model. You know, so power goes in the top. Or there, maybe? Oh no, power goes in here. That's the output, and then we've got an input here, and there's another input. There's an input here. So we may not need to move it off the wall, but we may need to run pipework through the wall here, coming out and down. Alright, so in the book it tells us that the most common uses for this machine are the mixing of fluid concrete from water, 2 parts sand, 1 part gravel, and 1 part clay. Or the creation of various potions, blah blah blah. So you can make potions with it. So what I need to do, fluids are input into the squeezer through the port at the bottom of its power supply. There. Items input via the 2 hatches at the back. So there's 2, I don't know if they mean this one or whether there's 2 back here. Can't quite tell. 2 hatches at the back. You know what? Yeah, let's do this. Could use a hammer, it probably would have been quicker. Alright, let's try this again. So this must be the 2 hatches at the back, so it probably wouldn't have been too bad to bring it off to leave it against the wall. So I may move it in between, but we'll get this hooked up somehow. I could probably pull from the power that's running under the ground there. Bring it up into here. A little bit of a logistical thing that I need to now work out is how to get power to here. And what we might do, I mean, we are in a factory. I could run the immersive engineering wiring, you know, potentially run from where that cable is there up through the wall to a point in the wall up here, and then run wire up to the middle down to the machine. So I might do that yet, and then bring our items in through the back here. I will move it back against the wall. I don't think I need to use both parts of this. I can probably insert as required, maybe with a... I wonder if I can place a crafter there. That'll be interesting. I did make a crafter. Can I place this? Yep. That's cool, because we can run that like that. And then when we want to make concrete, we just put the pattern in here, and it should insert the items that we require. Pardon me. And then I guess all we would need is then water going in the bottom. So I need to do that. I need to hook up a pump of some description and make at refined. I want to make a couple of fluid storage blocks, just the 64K fluid storage. So we might do that next episode because we are getting pretty close to the wrapping up point here. Yeah, I'd like to get this done and then store probably a fluid storage block worth of lava and maybe one worth of water in the system so that we can use it for crafting purposes. I don't know if there's a requirement, or there would be a requirement for me to use creosote. Maybe? Not sure. So I'm going to get this hooked up in between episodes. I probably will move it back up against the wall. And I haven't seen this powered before, so it could be interesting to see this little thing swirling. Everyone else getting dizzy? But I need to work out a nice method of power. And that's going to take me a bit of backwards and forwards, I believe. Trying to get the right setup done. May even bring... I kind of like the idea of having the cable coming out of somewhere and then running down. So whether or not I can run conduits up, I think then we're going to lose our connected textures. Anyway, now I'm just dribbling. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully next episode we'll get this running and we'll get concrete done. Apparently concrete is a really nice floor texture. Probably not going to put it up here. May end up putting it, using it as paths maybe. I haven't, you know, I've got all these different types of concrete. So it will obviously be the immersive engineering concrete. This one. No, liquid concrete. Anyway, I'm sure it comes out into something else. Anyway, I'll work through that, and yeah, next episode we'll have concrete production running, and maybe I'll do a little bit more immersive engineering stuff. I'm not 100% happy with this setup now. Kind of want to make this look a little bit prettier. Probably need to run that for a little bit, but it's going to chew through my power very quickly. I don't even know what it's using per tick now. It's using 300 ARA per block. It's just chewing through blocks. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Please leave your comments in the section below, and I hope you come back and join me next time. We'll derp through a little bit more stuff. I need to do a little bit more chiseling on the building too. Still not sure if I'm 100% happy with this. Yeah, I'll get there eventually. Alright, thanks for watching. See you later.